Hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. In the last episode, we did the role quest for healing, and we slew one of the Cardinal Virtues, the second of 4 actually. So now we are back, as a ninja this time, to do the one for melee DPS. So, without further ado, I suppose this means we have to speak with Lue Reeq. I know most of this one because I was a samurai when I went through Shadowbringers the first time. So I know Lue Reeq. Unfortunately, I know Lue Reeq. Let's go. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be... Yes, of course you are. 'Tis plain from the way you carry yourself. You're just the sort of woman I've been looking for. You're perfect. My name is Lue Reeq, and I am a bounty hunter. But not just any bounty hunter, I'll have you know. Nay, I am not wont to settle for run-of-the-mill prey. I hunt sin-eaters. Not only that, I have recently set my sights on a particularly notable fiend, one of the 4 Cardinal Virtues, those infamous instigators of the Flood itself. Naturally, it will take considerable strength and skill to defeat such a formidable eater, and I am not afraid to admit I cannot do it alone. However, with the aid of equally formidable allies, I'm confident it can be done. And you, my friend, are exactly the sort of ally I have a mind to recruit. Feign interest. Aha! I knew you'd be interested. And should the challenge alone be insufficient motivation, know that I have substantial financial resources at my disposal. You will be duly compensated for your service, rest assured. However, as much as I am certain you are the right woman for the job, 'tis only meet that I put your skills to the proof. A simple test should suffice. Pray do not be offended, but you would be shocked how many people present themselves falsely in order to enrich themselves or to impress others. Oh, I would not be shocked at all. Remember our leopard-printed friend from A Realm Reborn? The one who didn't even know Titan's real name? He called him Titus. So, yes, basically, these quests all have a very similar layout to them. Meet Guy, get tested by Guy, and go hunt virtues, and stuff happens. They're all very similar, for a reason. Look at this cute little circle of friends. But anyway, let's head out to Lakeland. Ah, here's our guy. Well, I hope you don't mind my chocobo helps out. Actually, he might not even, depending on whether or not this battle is instanced. Here we are, our proving grounds. You need only slay a beast of suitable ferocity before my very eyes to demonstrate your own. Naturally, we require bait to lure one out of hiding. Oi, my lord, got your package here. Well done, my good man, and here is your payment. Oh, this? The bait in question. Easier to have it delivered than to take a detour and pick it up myself. Rather more efficient as well. Time is money. Now then, you need only place it in the open and slay whatever comes to claim it. I cannot imagine it will take long for someone to come hither. Or something, rather. Alright, let's go ahead and put down the bait. Iguana meat. You know, there are some iguanas right there. I could have just killed it and... whatever. Clearly, Lue Reeq is used to having his money speak for him. Let's ninja it up then. Big enough and wild enough for you? Fantastic! I knew I was not wrong about you. Come, let us return to the Crystarium at once. Indeed, there's a lot of running back and forth in these quests, which is fine. They're meant to be done between the main story quest, but obviously we won't be doing that. You know, in a way, I'm kind of glad Endwalker got delayed. It is currently November 21st, and by my reckoning, tomorrow would have actually been when Early Access started. Or maybe it would have been today, I can't remember. So, I would not have finished these in time. I still got a couple of weeks left. Congratulations on a kill well made, my good woman. I dare say this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership. Let us commemorate the occasion with a feast. Eat, drink, and be merry. Oh, well, okay then. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? My compliments to the chef. Huh, I see your vice is food. Another helping? No? Are you sure? It really is no bother. Oh, very well. I should like to return to our earlier discussion, that of the virtue I have engaged you to hunt with me. Andrea is her name, and she roams Norvrant in the guise of Renda Ray, fallen warrior of light and renowned hunter of Eld. She is a most elusive eater who has been sighted in every corner of the realm. Though her movements are unpredictable, she has often been witnessed pursuing and slaying extraordinarily dangerous beasts. I can well imagine the question forming in your head, why not leave her be? If anything, is she not aiding local communities after a fashion? Alas, no, for the beasts she slays rise anew, as eaters which pose even greater threats to the small folk. So you see, this wretched sin-eater is in truth sowing untold chaos by carrying on as she does, unleashing more of her kind on unsuspecting towns and villages across all Norvrant. Only you and I can stop her. So she was a warrior of light? Or didn't the warriors of light save the world? Let's drop a little truth bomb on him, too. Huh, what an odd thing to ask. But never mind all that. Whether or not they were heroes or villains or whatever 100 years ago doesn't matter to me. The simple truth is, Renda Ray was the greatest hunter who ever lived, and beating her at her own game would be an amazing feat, don't you think? And regardless of what the Warriors of Light were before they became Sin-Eaters, that's what they are now, so we'd be doing the folks a favor by killing one. Well, what say you, friend? Will you hunt Andrea with me? With pleasure, or I hope to live to regret this. Let's be enthusiastic. So begins our formal partnership. I can see it now, you and me in the heat of battle, fighting side by side, the picture of courage and camaraderie. It's going to be grand. Naturally, it will take us some time to study and understand our prey. Eaters can behave in strange and inexplicable ways, particularly powerful ones like Andrea. I've been doing my best to get inside her head, to think like a hunter, but it is easier said than done. Anyway, as soon as I've determined where we ought to begin our search, I'll inform you at once. Alrighty. Oh, is the reward lacking? My apologies. Next time I will see that you receive rather more substantial compensation. Oh, I'm used to that. I've got 4 million gil, dude. Don't worry about me. Wait, it's you! It's really you! You actually came! You're surprised. I mean, never mind. You're here to hunt Andrea with me, yes? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? And wouldn't you know it, one of my hirelings should be returning with new information at any moment now. Greetings, my lord. I am pleased to report that Andrea was recently sighted in Amarang, in the vicinity of Samuel's backbone, it would seem. Apparently, there was a right vicious spider that was giving folks some trouble, and now that it's been turned, it's about a dozen times worse. They'd be grateful for any assistance. I see, I see. Well done, my friend. Your payment as promised. Why bother going out and about pestering the small folk for news when you can simply employ others to do it for you? The better to devote our precious time to rather more important matters, I say. And owing to my winning strategy, we may now depart for Amarang in the delightfully named Samuel's Backbone, for in pursuing the spider we may yet find its maker. Yeah, if you haven't gotten the hint by now, Lue Reeq is kind of like a spoiled rich kid in a way. But you'll see more of that. This is certainly the place. I gather those bones once belonged to dear Samuel, but I see no troublesome arachnid. It being a rather large desert, I had considered hiring a few trackers to hasten our search, but I have yet to spy a place where such individuals might congregate. Pity. Nothing for it but to roll up our proverbial sleeves and do the dirty work ourselves. We shall split up and search the sands for this sin-eater spider. Whoever finds it first may have the honor of slaying it themselves. And should we not find it, well, after we both have searched for a suitable length of time, I say we meet back here. Let the hunt begin. I mean, naturally I'm going to find it. That's just how these things happen. You know, I would have thought that you'd just be able to see it out here. Let's go ahead and feed our chocobo a little more, because it's about to expire. You survey the surrounding sands, but find no trace of the spider you seek. Oh. Huh. I could have sworn because it had the purple cloud. Game fucking tricked me. Well, here's something. Nah, I don't need to do anything fancy. Not for one sin-eater. Well, that wasn't it. Or maybe it was, who knows? Oh, are you here, Lue Reeq? Uh-oh. There she is, the scourge of Norvrant, the devourer of souls, Balam Keats. We bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us till the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty. Hells, we could buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as we discussed. Wait for my signal, then we'll strike it as one. God, it's like a curl lizard. Caught their scent. Damn it, she's onto us. Don't panic, we planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Renda Ray brings her down. Go, go! Wait, not yet! There's no need to rush this! Sod it! Always so headstrong. Bugger me, my head! I can't... No. No! Come back here. Finish it, you bloody bastard! Finish me! I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'll not let it end like this. I promise. I'll kill that goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. Hey, hey! What was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. By the gods! I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea, but you're also telling me you were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours? Though, 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. A beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I've heard this tale before, I know it. Ah, it is a common enough sort of tale, I suppose. And regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. Well, at least now we know her motivation. Just like Lamit. She was just doing something that came naturally to her in life. Hell, same as Brandon, who is protecting his nation's legacy even in death. I'm sensing a theme here. The table is set, and so I bid you raise a glass with me, that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. Jeez, this guy eats enough. There's really nothing quite like a hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up. Had your fill? I have another few bottles ready and waiting to be opened. No? Oh, very well, if you insist. It occurs to me, my good woman, that I have yet to ask you your name. So quickly did we forge our friendship that I hardly noticed until now. Foxy Games. Reeq and Foxy. Yes, I rather like the sound of that. Reeq and Foxy, the daring duo. The brave bounty hunters. The scourge of sin-eaters. Once you've slain Andrea, not a soul in Norvrat will not know our names. They shall ring out all across the realm. Ah, but I should dwell over much on the victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. 'Twould be prudent to send double, nay triple the agents afield to seek out promising new leads. If I didn't know better, I'd say you're a gillionaire. Worried about the budget for our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I'm prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. Well, it's your money, I suppose. Let's keep going. There she is! Foxy, come to rejoin her bosom companion on the great hunt. It is well that you have, for I have obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea in Kalusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a giant bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reeq and Foxy to slay the newborn eater and continue their pursuit of Norvrant's most notorious virtue, to Kalusia and to glory. Kaluja it is, over to right. Let us brook no further delay and commence our search, separately as before in a meringue. If you catch the eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not, surely not. I myself will be most put out if I happen to lose to you a second time, and so on that note, may the best hunter win. Well, still can't fly here, so we'll be running. Not that it's too far away. Well, let's see. Is the game about to trick me again? Let's find out. You survey your surroundings but find no trace of the bear you seek. Well, yes. The answer is yes. What a dick. Oh well. It's right up here. Unless it's about to trick me a second time. Well, first things first. Let's take care of this piece of shit. Just so we don't have to deal with it while we're fighting this. Despite looking far and wide, you fail to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Lue Reeq was indeed the better hunter this day. Game fucking tricked me again. Alright. Looks like we have to go... Oh wait, not there. This way. Well, Reeq, did you do it? Oh, look. Wicked White, don't tell me you're the little lordling's newest bosom companion. Oh dear. After the bear, were you? Sorry, sinner, but you've come too late. We claimed the bounty not but a few bells ago. Ah. To the victor go the spoils, and to the loser bugger all. That is the way it works. Hate to say it, Foxy, but it seems we're late to the party. Lambert and his mates slew the bear before we could. So it's true, then. You cast your lot in with the boy. You poor daft sod. But I don't understand. The eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you. And you're not the only one willing to open his purse. But more importantly, Reeq, what's this I hear about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you didn't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like. Help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize, because unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are me mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost to you to buy her friendship? Do tell. Piss off, Landbird! Why are you still here? You got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. Ah, what do you know? You have questions, I'm sure. As you may have surmised, Landbird was once a comrade of mine. I took him into my service that we might hone our skills battling sin-eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride, and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late, so much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters and must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to the Crystarium, but before we depart, I have one other matter to attend to in Yulemoor. If I might trouble you to accompany me? Ah, but of course you will. Let us be off. Oh, it should be noted, this quest technically takes place before we liberate Yulemoor, so just go ahead and keep that in mind when we go there. To the beehive. We haven't been here in a hot minute. Oh, is that Master Reeq? And are you, dare I say, are you his, dare I say, friend? Sure, why not? Speak to my manservant and leave me to my entertainment. Oh dear. Foxy, allow me to introduce you to my mother and father. Father, this is my traveling companion and dear friend, Foxy. She and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sin-eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, that to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Norvrant shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? So long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever core you desire. I can do without all the petty details. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I'm sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. That is why you are here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving Foxy right now. Well, damn. Oh dear, Master Reeq seemed awfully upset. Speak to my manservant. Okay, whatever. What entertainment? There's like two guys dancing up there. There's a guy and a girl. And they're on opposite ends of the stage. What a terrible way to dance. Oh well. Back to the Crystarium. You know, you would think that Reeq's parents would be a little bit more concerned that their son is off killing sin-eaters, considering they live in Yulmore. And by this point in the quest, Vothri is still there. But, oh well. I guess even they don't give a shit. Forgive me, Foxy, but I would forego the wine on this occasion. Father's lackluster reception has put me in rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yulmore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I have enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged and unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I'm no fool, though. I'm well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I elected to conceal them from the people of the Crystarium. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Alas, in a fit of frustration, I refused Father's coin. Without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I am rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum at this time, but I trust that will not deter you from joining me anon. I was never in it for the gil. Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Perish the thought. This guy really isn't used to being, well, liked. You know, for more than his money. Foxy, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself running all over the Crystarium, questioning anyone and everyone, hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. Only the Crystarium? Well, of course. Surely this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that. But recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Rendare's past could hold the clues for which we've been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I heard it before. And I had! My wet nurse had told me the exact same story when I was still a boy. 'Twas a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in a desert, and there attempted to lay it low. Alas, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunters a fatal weakness, and so in the ensuing struggle her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your vision is a perfect match for this tale? Then there could be no doubt. Renda Ray is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Alvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the better our chances of predicting when she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Alvara lives in Gate Town on Kaluja. Let us be off then. Wait, she lives in Gate Town, so she's no longer part of your family's service? So that means she got booted out of Yulmore and somehow survived the ordeal. Oh dear. Ah, here we are. Oh, hello there. Are you a friend of Reeq's? Foxy, this is Miss Alvara, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. My, you've grown into such a strapping young man, but I can't imagine you came to Gate Town just to pay me a visit, my little Reeq. Not in front of her, if you please, but to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Renda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had... Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legend so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds when I was younger, and for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they sowed in death, as sin-eaters. But despite all of that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. And it's true. The hero who I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow, as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter. It was her. Miss Alvara, Foxy and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me may help guide our search. Namely, the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that... Oh, my little Reeq. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from miles away even by some accounts. Even the most subtle and stealthy beasts never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch. Eventually Renda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes. She became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades earned fame and fortune. As their reputations swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the scourge of Norvrant, the devourer of souls, Balam Cates. But what Renda Ray did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing, for when she faced Balam Cates, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simplest pleasures. They knew naught of her fallen friends, or how their deaths weighed heavily upon her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing ever stronger as Renda Ray. While in Kaluja, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful roar that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Renda Ray's ears. Balam Keats, Scourge of Norvrant, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the city of swamps. 'Twas a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions, as she had her old. So it was that Renda Ray ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe Balam Keats alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Renda Ray, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin-eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be a hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvara, for everything. I promise I'll visit you again soon. So, Foxy, remember that theory I told you before about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to her confrontation with Balam Keats, the one that took her from Amarang to Kaluja, then her next destination must be... Raktika? I don't know. Right, that was where she laid low the beast at last, in the city of swamps to be precise. And so that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reeq. There's an awful lot people don't know about Renda Ray, or the world for that matter. So wherever you go, and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself. And be safe. Foxy, was it? It is such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reeq's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it is a miracle that boy turned out as well as he did. So I saw. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. What a kindly woman. I think it's pretty obvious that he turned out so well because she raised him, basically. Looks like we're in for a fight. When I was little, Miss Olvara seemed so much bigger and stronger than me. Though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself even now bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that. We have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, and keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. Indeed, let's do it. Well, what do you know? There she is. Huh. About time our luck took a turn for the better. There she is. Uh-oh. What, now? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Sorry, Reeq. The echo happens when it happens. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. Alright, in this battle we shall fight as Renda Ray. We have Heavy Shot, Acidic Bite, Radiant Arrow, Hunter's Prudence, which is a heal, and Dulling Arrow, which interrupts that terrible growl, I'm sure. Balam Keat, vengeance shall be mine this day. Oh boy. Just wait until I hit you with one of my dulling arrows. It worked! I got you now, you bastard. You'll pay for taking them from me. Like, I'll let you roar again. I got plenty of arrows left. Yes, yes, just like that. Without your roar, you're nothing. It was my fault. My failure. That's why I have to do it alone. If only I'd been this strong back then, they'd still be alive. You can feel it, can't you? The pain, the fear, serves you right. What the? Where is this coming from? Ugh, I won't let it end like this. We won't! God damn it, Renda! Made it in the nick, I see. Are you hurt? Don't worry, I've got you. Alright. The Warriors of Light are here. The lone wolf just had to do it on her own terms. Aye, well, I was never good at indulging foolishness. Don't tell me you followed my trail. I'll tell you all about it after we kill this bloody bastard, aye? Something's wrong. It's shrugging off our attacks. It's coming from me and Renda. Keep your distance. Gather round, Nailbert. Lend him your strength. Funny how it's not roaring now, when there's so many people. Oh, here we go. Gonna roar again, huh? The hells you will. I got plenty of arrows left for you yet. Well struck! Keep it up. Focus, everyone. Oh, wow. Oh, again. Rinda, Albert, assist Lamit quickly. It's summoning all its strength for something big. Finish it. Oh boy. Everyone, to me! I'll lend you my power. Together we will avenge my fallen friends. And down you go. So the stories weren't all true. She didn't do it alone. Tough old bugger. Everyone alright? Albert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry for trying to go it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my old partners. Together, we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Norvrant. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balam Keats. I survived. They didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot, and I thought that maybe with your help I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just, you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know. The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time I started having second thoughts. I'd lost those closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we, or are we not your comrades? Through thick and thin. Those bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else. Otherwise, they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing us pained you? What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Nilebit are whispering about behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. This one's worth a fortune, aye? And fame besides. I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back into town. Oh god, it's not another night to remember. Don't you worry your pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear of Baron Keats' demise, until Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it time we quit this place. And Renda Ray, I trust that the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And there I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine. But if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose a reward on a technicality. Renda Ray's Crystal of Light. Such a fine crystal. Why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Wake up, damn you! Hello? What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say! Yes, I don't need your help. I'm perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. Good luck with that. Let's not be too mean. He's just a kid. Kind of. Upon our return to Gate Town, you'll be given your final payment, and we'll be free to go our separate ways. The guy's not used to disappointment. He can't handle it well. Man, I gotta say, I preferred Granson. He was a lot more like Foxy than either of the other two. But then again, it takes all sorts in this world. This broken, broken world. Oh well. Let's go and talk to Reeq. See if we can change his mind. Olvara? Oh, not you. What is it? Did something happen between you two? Yeah, you could say that. Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Consider this the formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names of Reeq and Foxy in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you a good day. Jeez. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. Well, let's see how this turns out. I am sure a talented woman like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reeq has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he's had for some time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease. I'm sure he won't be very happy to see me, but, well, maybe he will be. Oh. Lue Reeq's customary seat is empty, and there is nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone will have noted his passing. may touch. Looking for Master Reeq, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone had shut his Amaro. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. Jeez, harsh. I mean, I can't blame these people. Kalusha, right? You're Lue Reeq's partner. I was the landbird, remember? Well, I ought to stress, because after we left you, we headed straight to Raktika. We'd heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Landbird wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were outmatched, it was too late. I saw Landbird fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked white, I still remember looking back as I ran, seeing Landbird rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened, to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles, and not a one of them has returned. Didn't expect Lue Reeq to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume. Good luck, friend, but have no doubt that you're going to your doom. If I were you, I'd leave Lue Reeq to hunt the Virtue on his own. No shame in recognizing when you've got no chance. Only a fool would fight this fight. Well, Reeq's competition is gone, at least. It's a dark way of looking at it, but, well... Lue Reeq, the mystel lordling. If he ain't at his usual table, and I have no idea where else to look. Well, we already know. I don't see why we had to talk to you. Oh well. Let's get out to Raktika before this idiot gets himself killed. You alright, friend? Foxy? Why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible, it's horrible! Andrea, she's... Uh-oh. Rend a ray! If all of you remains, then hearken to my words. I have come to lay your soul to rest, alone as you yourself faced Balam Keats a century ago on this very ground. Landbird! Oh gods, no. Turned all of them. Strangely, though, they didn't change their shape. Don't tell me. You beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Aye, I thought as much. Wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time you ran into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Probably should have said that earlier. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She's turned Landbird and those other humans and those other hunters into sin-eaters like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galgant swordsman, a dwarven healer, an elven mage. Looked awfully familiar, didn't it? Oh yeah. She's rebuilding her fellowship. She's remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balam Cates. But Rendere slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. Stories were wrong. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong. God strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, Foxy. I regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. Water under the bridge. Thank you, my friend. I hope it is all right if I call you that. Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere. Still on the hunt for Balam Cates, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I'd not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest. They all do, Rendere most of all. She is my hero. And if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? Let's go hunting. Ha! I ask for a word and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Alvara know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come here unless she sent you. Why don't we just go now? Here we are, once again. I owe her so much, then and now. Foxy, what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of little Reeq, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes, and it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored her to give me another chance, I might well be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. Miss Alvara is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reeq. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Foxy, as I can already tell you're about to, know that I prepared a hearty meal just for her. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Reeq and Foxy are unstoppable, is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. 'Twould be prudent to make proper preparations at this juncture. You too should see to it that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. Indeed. What did she make us? Risotto El Nero. Squid ink, basically, with rice. I do hope you continue to remain good friends from now on. I imagine we will. Foxy, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready. Good, good. That is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Dude, oh, that's the wrong button. I gather you were not unaware of this. Truly, you are as perceptive as you are mighty. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly were, I was dumbstruck. I struggle to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit. The disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers. Where before we might have only to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Elvira while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Ray's greatest strength and weakness, her preternatural hearing. We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reeq, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following. I am Lue Reeq, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters. That I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Elvira, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reeq. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right, now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Foxy. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Well, his parents are kinda assholes. I mean, let's not mince words here. They're just assholes. Of course we get to the Crystarium when it's pissing down rain. For all my time in the Crystarium, I cannot ever recall visiting the crystalline mean. Nevertheless, I am sure there is someone here who can assist us. What's all this, then? You got something that needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. I think I got just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is it that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie native to Kalusia what's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To wit, I will need to travel to the far corners of Nordrant and back. Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I... No more excuses. I'll do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Well, good, because I sure didn't want to do it. Where are we going? Oh, to his usual seat, I suppose. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating. Despite being somewhat put out that I had not any gil to pay him for his labor, he was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let us put an end to her tale, my friend, and in so doing, write the opening of ours. That of Reeq and Foxy, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and Gloria wait. Oh, finally. You know, this isn't as enjoyable as some of the others. Like, Granson's was pretty good. Giat was pretty good. This one is... maybe it's because I've done it before, but I don't particularly like this one. Lue Reeq isn't a very likable character, and there's a lot more running around, I feel, than in the others. At the very least, there's a whole lot more talking and a lot less action. Alright, Reeq, let's get this over with. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be a worse time. I'll try. Brought your entire fellowship, have you? Well, are you still with me in the here and now? Sure am. Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Render Ray the peace a hero deserves. Alright, we'll start with the healer, at least if it lets me. I'll distract Andrea with a noisemaker arrow. Seize the opening to strike. Here goes nothing. Alright, I won't be able to read a whole lot of what's going on, because I'm going to be focusing on not getting killed. What's all this then? Bunshin, alright. Here, let's take care of the mage first. Just standard RPG fare. Healer, mage, and then physical. Why do you have so much HP? Dude, keep that shit away from me, thank you. Oh, he's gonna use a push attack. Get out of there, Reeq, you fucking retard. Jin. Oh shit. Yep. You know I was gonna eat that one. This is it! Only 2 more to go. I'll draw off Andrea, you handle the knight. Oh, hello. Reminds me a bit of the fight against Ilberd. Gah, the bloody knight is in the way. Dispatch him first. I mean, that's what I was doing, but, you know. Oh boy. You alright? Yeah, but you ask yourself, you're the one with less than a quarter of health left. Heads up, arrows incoming! Tenchi Jin once again. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, it's because I moved. I hate that you can't move when you use that fucking ability. God, I hate that. It's such a shitty ability. It needs to be fixed. It's just us and Andrea now. It's time for Reeq and Foxy to write a new legend for the ages. Oh, she's pissed now. And she's about to go down. Rest in peace, Renda Ray. We won! Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. And once again. Huh? What's that you've got there? Wicked White, you're... You're Renda Ray. The real Renda Ray. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam Keats, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together. No matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain. The sorrow. When I lost my parents... When we laid the Shadow Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up that tiny remainder in a final, futile effort, even knowing deep down it was but a few moments more? What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me the strength. Wait! There's so much I want to ask! I don't understand. What was she talking about? When she stayed the flood of light with her friends. It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Foxy. I could never have gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Renda Ray or any of the other warriors of light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all the easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping to lay Renda Ray's soul to rest. Miss Olvara is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Kalusia and let her know we're all right. Let's go and do just that. I teleported to Yulmore this time, figuring it'd be quicker, and I was right. Way quicker. I wish I had done this before. Oh well. I can't wait to tell Miss Olvara everything! And I should definitely use some of the bounty to treat her. My little Reeq, Foxy! Congratulations on a job well done! And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Renda Ray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you villain even still. But at last I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Renda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. So she brought down Balam Keats not alone, but with the aid of her comrades. It may not be the story I was taught, but somehow it rings truer to my ear. Ardbert's warriors of light stuck together no matter what. Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I've been meaning to ask, Foxy, but I have the impression that you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? A whole lot, as a matter of fact. That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood? Wicked White. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication to an ordeal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds. Her comrades. I won't pretend we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, then I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Renda Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I've been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, Foxy, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I could never walk your path. Do you wish you could? How could I not? I cannot recall a time I have felt happier and more alive than when I traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? for you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Elvira used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone in squalor. I decided it will not be so. I shall return to Kalusia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear this celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension, of the glorious partnership that was Reeq and Foxy, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Kalusia, however, do come and pay us a visit. Good lad, Reeq. At least you've grown up a little. Alright. And that brings us to the end of yet another of the Cardinal Virtue's quests. We have only one more to go, and that awaits us in the next episode. So, in the meantime, everyone, my name is Foxy Games. Take care until the next one. The final confrontation against the Cardinal Virtues. I'll see you next time. Bye.